In this video, I have put together 5 fun tips for you to create your very own alter ego that is going to help you shift your identity so you can show up as the person you have always wanted to be. So if you're ready to reinvent yourself today, then go and grab yourself a pen and paper because you are not going to want to miss this one. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Emma Gwendolyn and I am an empowerment coach. I have been working for 17 years teaching people how to embody and step into a new version of themselves using presence, posture, power, and costuming with movement, dance, and creative visualization to really embody a new alter ego that will step in and help you where you need it most. I have translated my teachings into 5 easy steps that you can start today to do just that. So let's go. Step 1. I want you to think of what you currently need help with in your life. Maybe you want to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and try something new, but you don't quite know how to start. Or perhaps you just need more confidence in a certain area, or bring in a certain type of energy that might be lacking. So think about what area of your life you need help with. Then we're going to create your fun alter ego who is going to step in and show you the way. So for example, maybe you are wanting at the moment to manifest more abundance in your life, to level up to the high glamorous woman that you are. Or perhaps you would like to have the confidence to walk into a room commanding presence, posture, and power. So everyone in the room looks at you and thinks, oh, who is that woman? I have to know who she is. Or perhaps your daily schedule is just really, really busy and you're stuck in the doing and achieving goals and working hard and you don't have time for yourself and you just want to have a bit more of an easy, funny, bright, humorous, sparkling energy that comes in. Or perhaps you're more in your masculine energy and you want to slow down and soften and bring in this beautiful, feminine, soft energy. So just have a think, what do you need help with? And then we're going to start to call in your alter ego. Perhaps if you are manifesting abundance, you could call in the glamorous diva. Or if you're looking for confidence, power, and dominance, then you could bring in the very sexy femme fatale. Or if you're needing just more sparkle and fun and bright and humor, then you could bring in the pinup. But if it's a soft, slow, grounded, feminine energy that you need, then you will call in your goddess archetype. And if any of those alter egos sound interesting to you, check out this video. For this section, I want you to grab a pen and paper, or even better, if you have a journal, go and grab your journal, because writing this down is a really important part of this step. I want you to think of a name for your alter ego. And usually, if we think of an alter ego, we just keep it to ourselves. We just keep it in our head. And we don't tell anyone. But from my experience, if you bring this name from your head into your real world, that makes the creation and manifestation of your alter ego so much more powerful. So write her name down on a piece of paper and also say it aloud into the room. And even better, if you get the opportunity to tell someone about her and speak her name, wow, your connection to her will grow and be so much stronger. Now that you've got your journal out, I want you to take it one step further, and I want you to start writing and telling her story. Tell us how your alter ego moves through the world. Tell us, where is she from? What's her backstory? What are her values? Just anything that comes to mind about her, write it all down. And then I want you to think of a moment in your real life that happened to you in the past that it would have been helpful to have this particular type of personality or energy that your alter ego has. I want you to rewrite that story from your past as your alter ego and tell us how that played out. Step 3, I want you to now close your eyes and I want you to start to imagine her, to see her in your mind. And if you can try to imagine her down to the very teeniest, tiniest detail. For example, maybe the buttons on her shirt. Describe them. What are the textures? How does her hair shine? What shoes is she wearing? And how does she move through the room? When she enters the room, how does the energy in that room change? How do the people react to her? I want you to imagine how she moves, how she walks. How does she smell? What perfume is she wearing? When she leaves that room, what smell does she leave behind? And how does she sound when she walks into the room? How does her voice sound when she speaks to someone? I want you to imagine as much detail. Really go into this creative visualization of really seeing her and feeling her on all of the sensory levels. Because once we start to do this, you will not only start to imagine her, you will start to feel her, then you can start to become her. Now that you've imagined her, I want you to go and find images and make your own vision board. You can try movies or books or maybe perhaps even people you know in real life or goddess archetypes. Anyone that you feel helps you to bring in this visual image of your alter ego. And it can also be items. I personally love the costume side of it. I've always loved dressing up and love putting on a certain outfit which brings a different type of energy. For example, what would she wear to a business meeting? Or what would she wear at home? Or what would she wear on a really hot date? So try to think about her style, and if you can, collect as many images together and make up your cute vision board so it can really start to come to life. Step 4. Now it's time to practice becoming her. I can recommend for this step to attend my online workshop. I have it every other Friday and I call it the Alter Ego Activation. And this is for people who are wanting to explore their feminine side. So for women and femmes and transgender people who want to create a new alter ego and want to step into a space on an online call where we're all clapping and cheering each other on. And we all get it, we all understand it, because this can be weird for some people. But in my space, this is not weird. This is empowerment. And because I've been a burlesque teacher for 17 years, I always weave in really fun, sexy movement that we can use when we're embodying our new alter ego. But for today, now that you have collected the name, the backstory, and started to imagine what your alter ego could look like, it's time to practice being her, and you're going to use your ChatGPT to do this one. So I want you to tell your ChatGPT all about your new alter ego, and then you're going to get your ChatGPT to give you scenarios where you become your alter ego and speak as if you were her, and tell your ChatGPT how you are going to move through that scenario being your alter ego. So for example, your ChatGPT could give you a prompt that you're at a party and there's a cute person who is looking your way, and then what are you going to do? Then you're going to answer as your alter ego. Or perhaps there's a scenario at work where there's this really annoying person who is just challenging your every move and is just making your life very difficult. Then how are you going to deal with that situation? Not as you, but as your alter ego. Or another great scenario is, and actually my personal favorite, if you've got a really hot date that you're really looking forward to, what are you going to wear? And I mean, not you. What would your alter ego wear to your hot date? And what would your alter ego do on that hot date? So this way, you can start to practice becoming her when you have to speak as her. And even if you have the confidence to do this, I would clap and cheer you on if I was in the room when you were doing this, but I'm not. So you just have to imagine I am. When you're talking as your alter ego to your ChatGPT, why don't you just stand up and try to have the posture and the presence and the aura of your alter ego as you're explaining to your ChatGPT how you would get through this particular scenario. Now, before we get into our last step, number 5, I want to tell you that there's a link below to my Choose Your Archetype free handbook, which is the perfect starter if you want to implement all of these steps and tips and tricks to create your hot, sexy, powerful, confident new alter ego. I highly recommend downloading this free PDF handbook to choose your archetype. Now on to step 5. We start to integrate her into your everyday life. So I want you to go back to this vision board that you've created and see what the common colors are that when you imagine her, what color comes up for you? It could perhaps just be like the color of the aura and her presence, or it could be the color of her hair, or the color of the outfits she wears. And then I want you to go and grab something from your wardrobe that has this color Or if you want to go and buy a new item that also is something your alter ego would own, then go and do that, because this item you are going to carry through your everyday life when you really need to bring her in. And now I want you to think of what song reminds you of your alter ego. When you hear this song, you can easily start to feel your alter ego coming in. And put this song in your playlist, because this is such a great way when you need to build a bridge from everyday you to your alter ego, to just put this song on and then boom, you start to activate her. And I want you to think back to when you were closing your eyes and imagining her. What perfume was she wearing, or what scent did she have? And try and find that scent, because smell, although it's really subtle, it has so much impact on our sensory intake that it will really help you to manifest and embody her. And then lastly, if you can come up with a movement or gesture, it can be a hand gesture, it can be just, because of my 17 years of teaching burlesque, I always move my hands like a burlesque performer. But it could be a click of the fingers, it could be a flick of the hair, it could be hands on the hips. When you really need to bring her energy in, you can just do this subtle movement, and then again it helps to build the bridge and bring her in when you need her in that moment. So there you go. There are the 5 steps to creating your brand new, sexy, sassy, fierce alter ego.